When will Caligula Season 2 return to the screens? Every fan of this show has been asking this question ever since its first season concluded in 2018. It has already been more than years, but its loyal fans are still waiting for the sequel. The anime had a pretty good inaugural run. However, it failed to impress the critics. So, will there be a second installment of this show? When will it be released? Here are all the latest details. Caligula is a Japanese action sci-fi anime TV series. It is an adaptation of a video game titled The Caligula Effect. Satelight Animation Studio animated this show, which was directed by Jun'ichi Wada. Touko Machida has penned down its story. The premiere episode of the series came out on April 8, 2018. It ran for 12 episodes before ending on June 24th of the same year. As previously mentioned, the first season of Caligula made a lot of fans, as the viewers loved it. However, it failed to get good reviews from the critics. The latter provided it a mixed response, which affects its overall ratings. At the time of writing, the show has a score of 6.01 on MyAnimeList, which is below average. However, the positive thing is that it has more than 70,000 members in its MAL group and is quite popular. Satelight Animation Studio used the video game to create the plot of the anime. Unfortunately, the makers ended the 12th episode on a conclusive note. The first season finale didn't leave any open threads. As a result, now the makers do not have any source material to create Caligula Season 2. Even if they decide to renew the show, they might have to go for an entirely different story. Also check out Top 13 High School Anime which will take you back to classrooms. The plot of Caligula follows the story of a high school student named Ritsu Shikihama. He is obsessed with psychology and spends his entire day wondering about philosophical questions. One day, Ritsu heard a voice calling for help, and it was of a famous pop idol, Mew. Before he could find out what was going on, the voice transformed his family into digiheads. The latter is the wild monsters who want to destroy everyone and everything. Later, Ritsu realized that he got trapped in a virtual world developed by Mew. As a result, he began to find other people who found out about their actual situation. They formed a band of survivors who used weapons developed with the help of their emotions. In order to escape, the survivors must defeat a mysterious group named the Ostinato Musicians. The probability for Caligula to return for another season is almost zero. Therefore, the fans shouldn't raise their hopes very high to see the sequel. However, when it comes to the anime industry, we never say never, as sometimes even the cancelled shows get a renewal. So, if in the future any miracle happens and Satelight decides to work on this show's second season, then Caligula Season 2 might release sometime in 2024.